Hi everybody and welcome to the Spain Gibraltar channel. Today we're going to be looking at flights from Minneapolis to Spain and flights from Dallas-Fort Worth to Spain. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on this video. If you have a specific city that you'd like me to check out flights at discounted prices, please let me know and I can do that. And as always, you can follow along and watch this video, or you can listen to it in the background. And if any dates sound good to you or any prices sound good to you, go ahead and pause the video and go back and reference it. If you have any questions, please message me directly or leave them in the comments below. All right, it looks like in May there are round trip tickets out of Minneapolis to Madrid for as low as $705. You've got first week in May, second, third week in May, all for around $705 to $735. Now, once we get into the summer season, you're looking at higher ticket prices. All throughout June, July, August, tickets are over $1,000. I do find one in July for $980 round trip, but in my experience, summer tickets are usually more expensive, and right now flying to Madrid from Minneapolis is quite spendy through the summer and through September until you get to the end of October, where tickets drop back down to the $700 range. I will say that these ticket prices to me are pretty high. Of course, in past videos, you know that I've posted tickets for as low as $300 round trip from Minneapolis to Madrid. Let's just pull up the Spain map to Spain for cheaper. All right, so right now, tickets to Spain from Minneapolis to Malaga to the south of Spain, you've got a $620 ticket. And let's just go ahead and take a look at these dates. So here is actually, this is an awesome flight right here. Sunday, May 8th to Monday, May 16th. So a week, you've got a 12-hour flight with one stop in Paris. So Minneapolis to Paris. This is an excellent flight at an excellent price. Of course, it's coming up in euros again. So about 700 American dollars round trip. So you leave Minneapolis Sunday, May 8th at 4:40 p.m. You arrive in Charles de Gaulle. This is a nice flight because you get right into Europe from Minneapolis. I always love flights like that. So you arrive in Paris at 8:10 a.m. You've got an hour and a half to get through customs and get to your next flight, which of course Paris is a big airport, and you do go across the airport. You have to get on a bus, and the bus takes you to a different terminal to catch your flight on Air France at 9:40 a.m., which brings you to the south of Spain at 12:15 p.m. So you would be in the south of Spain at 12:15 p.m. on Monday, May 9th. That's a great ticket, especially with Delta. I would book this flight with Air France on the Air France website at $723 round trip. When you book with Air France, a lot of times you get an option to upgrade at a very discounted price. I have upgraded to first class for, I don't know, was it $200-300 to upgrade to first class? And let me tell you, on a long flight, like an 8-hour flight over the sea to upgrade, it's well worth it. It depends on if your carrier is Delta or Air France, but Delta tends to be okay on these overseas flights. So let's select that one. And then on the way back, it's, once again, Monday, May 16th. So a week later, you're on a 6 a.m. flight to Paris. And then you walk, basically get through the airport, get over to your gate with Delta, and you're on the plane at 10:10 a.m. and you're back in Minneapolis at 12:15 p.m. on Monday, May 16th. So this is a highly recommended flight here from Minneapolis to Malaga in the south of Spain. I think that's an excellent flight, an excellent trip. Just pulling up different days to fly into Malaga. We've got some $720 round trips in May as well. So as you can see, once again, the cheap flights go away into June. We will have to keep checking back because a lot of times these flights will go on sale. I've flown extremely cheap during the summer months. You just have to keep watching and have a flexible schedule, because if you can pick your days when you can come, it makes it a lot easier. The next cheapest flight is $700, and that is in September. So let's go ahead. That's the Minneapolis update. Not a lot of great deals right now, but flights are still going. There are still, the restrictions in place with testing and all that stuff. So if you do plan a trip, make sure to take a look at the links in the description below that have the websites for all the information you need. Of course, leave comments below. So from Dallas, Fort Worth, let's just put in some flexible dates and get over into Spain and see what kind of flights are available from Dallas to Spain. You could go to Zaragoza for $10,000. Wow, what a deal. So flights to Madrid, 643 round trip. Flights to Barcelona, 644 round trip. Once again, not the cheapest flights I've ever seen. Flights to Gibraltar, where I live. The airport is right outside my front door, basically, where I do all my videos for my channel, Madrid Flight. Round trip tickets as low as $962 right now. Let's take a look and see. I always look at tickets to Gibraltar because if you're flying from Dallas and you want to see Gibraltar and the south of Spain, there's no better airport to fly to because you get out of the airplane and you're at your destination. Unlike most airports where the airport is far outside of the city, Gibraltar is the airport basically. And if you're coming to the south of Spain to visit me, you walk 5-10 minutes to my house. And so that just makes the world of difference. Unfortunately, here, these tickets to Gibraltar from Dallas are a little bit long because there's an overnight layover in London on this one. So let's see if there's any other cheap tickets from Dallas to Gibraltar. Some $900 tickets in May, which I think is very reasonable because when you're flying to Gibraltar, you're saving a 2-hour trip from Malaga to where I live in Spain. So I think that is always a reasonable deal, $900 round trip. Yeah, and that's about the cheapest. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't have really any really good deals right now from Dallas to Gibraltar. All throughout the summer, I mean, you're looking at $1,200 to $1,300 flights, which if you can get on a flight direct from Dallas to London, excellent. And then London to Gibraltar, that makes life so much easier and so much better. So getting down into September here, once again, $900 flights. These are probably the ones that I would elect to take. So a 2-week trip in September to Gibraltar. This is not a bad flight at all. 4:30 p.m. leave Dallas, 7:45 arrive in London the next morning. You've got a 3-hour layover, which is perfect because at this airport, there's plenty of restaurants. At the London Heathrow Airport, there's plenty to do by the time you get off your flight and over through customs and getting ready to get on the next plane. You have plenty of time. Then you leave Gibraltar, or you leave London at 10:40 a.m. and arrive in Gibraltar at 2:35 p.m. And if you look at my channel, Madrid Flight, you'll often see me videotaping this airplane, this exact flight, as it lands here in Gibraltar. Let's see what the return flight looks like. Okay, so unfortunately, the return flight is very long because you have a long layover in London. So you would either get a hotel room there or choose this different flight here, which the price goes up a little over $100 extra. You leave Gibraltar at 11:50 a.m. Once again, I videotape this plane frequently as it flies in and flies out. You got a short layover in London, and then you're back in Dallas by 7:45 p.m. the same day that you leave here in the south of Spain, or the same day that you leave Gibraltar. Now, you can upgrade. You've got a couple options, but so let's go ahead and take a look at this Madrid flight. So this is an awesome flight, a nonstop flight on American Airlines to Madrid. It's a 9-hour flight, And I've flown on this one before. It's decent, nothing to write home about, but it works. And then you're back on American a week later, returning, and that's for $643 round trip. So this is a totally good flight out of Dallas to Madrid. I always recommend, if you fly into Madrid, staying there for a couple days, then hop on the train and come to the south of Spain. That's totally worth it. And at these ticket prices, that's not bad at all either. Let's see what other dates come up from Dallas to Madrid. It looks like throughout the month of May, there are several options, round trip tickets for the $600 range from Dallas Fort Worth to Madrid. June tickets double. By the time you get into June and July, you're looking at $1,200 and $1,300 tickets. And Dallas Fort Worth tickets to Madrid don't seem to go down any time through the next 6 months. We'll have to keep our eye out, because a lot of times tickets tend to go on sale and drop to these prices about 4 to 6 weeks before departure. So if you have flexibility to purchase a plane ticket, that makes all the difference in the world. If you have the flexibility to know, oh, I could go there in 2 weeks, I could go there in 5 weeks, you have so much better flexibility. So Dallas to Malaga tickets are kind of high as well right now. We're in the $800, $900 range for a 12-hour flight. That's Dallas directly to Madrid, then a flight to Malaga, which isn't bad either. And let's go ahead and see what other trips. Okay, so no good prices from Dallas to Malaga. You're looking at anywhere from $900 to $1,500 throughout the next few months. So that, you don't get cheaper tickets until you get down into August, where you're just under $900 at the end of August. And then you get into September and you're at the $800 range. Once again, these ticket prices change weekly, daily, all the time. So if you're thinking about a trip to Spain, keep me updated in the comments below. If you have any certain dates or anything that you'd like me to check on, just go ahead and drop those in the comments below. Once again, Spain does still have some testing requirements and some proof requirements, but they just finally did away with the mask requirements, so we can go into stores without wearing a mask anymore, which is amazing. So I would have to say that probably pretty soon all of the mandates and restrictions will end, and once that happens, travel will be so much better. Once travel opens up, it's going to be so much better, especially if you're flying into Spain and we find good flight prices. Click the subscribe button to the Spain Gibraltar channel. Thanks so much for watching and listening to this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much, and have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful day.